What's up, gang? Willie Rebuild, baby, back with another one. That's right. Today, we back working on the Impala, 73 Impala LT swap. And actually got a little situation going on with the Impala that could have easily been avoided. But my boy, he didn't want to listen to Willie Rebuild, the Dunk Man, aka the owner. He didn't want to listen to Willie Rebuild, gang. So I got ready to move it the other day to go get the exhaust put on it, and I noticed the fuel gauge not working. So I went back there, checked all my connections on my grounds, power wires and all that, and still nothing. The decoder saying fuel open. Check the grounds on the decoder, everything working but the fuel gauge. So I see, I knew what was wrong here. This fucking sending unit ain't no good. So that's where I'm at right now, gang. As you can see, I got a fuel sending unit on the floor with a power wire ran from the back of the car to up here in the front. And the reason I did it like that is because I'm working by myself. So let me show y'all. Let me see if I can get y'all in there. And I'll show y'all now. This the fuel gauge right here. Show y'all that since I got this other fuel sending unit that is working. So I'm gonna turn the key on right now. I'm gonna put the sending unit to where it would be on the E, all the way down. So I'm gonna turn my key on. As you can see, it's on E. So I got my ground wire right here, and let me see if I can touch that. Let me see if I can touch that right here on the screw. And as you can see, my fuel gauge, it went over to F, but now it's slowly going back down to E, going back over towards the E. If you can see that, it's going back towards the E. So I'm using both hands right now. Let me see if I can kind of prop y'all up a little bit right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the key off and turn it back on. And as you can see, right here is on E. And now I'm gonna take my hand and slowly move the gauge, the sending unit, the float, and you will see that it'll start coming off the E. Now that I moved it. See that, gang? So Dunk Man, Mr. Dunk Man, Willie Rebuild tried to tell you to change that fuel sending unit when I had the gas tank down. But you told me that the gauge was working. Well, it's not working now. So now I gotta drop this fucking tank down with 10 gallons of gas in that motherfucker. That's right, gang. See, all the people like to talk about the shop. The shop not always out to get you because he telling you to spend some money. And I'm not just talking about this guy. All right, gang. Back on the old Dunk. Went ahead and got that sending unit replaced. As y'all can see, that's the old sending unit there. Probably the original, but it wasn't working. So I went ahead and replaced that. And As y'all can see now, fucking light shit in here. As y'all can see now, our fuel gauge is working. I also went ahead and wired in the fans on the controller, as y'all can see, or maybe y'all can't see. Got my 2 relays here down there. Got the controller under the dash. I still got a little looming to do on the wires, but that's the least of my worry right now, gang. As y'all can see, I got a fucking quarter fucking power steering fluid under the car from playing around with this shit. So I told the guy before that we gotta replace this line, get a line made for it. And that's the reason why, because that fucking end line on the pressure side of the power steering, it will bust. And as you can see, it bust, and I got shit that flew all over under the hood. So enough of talking. Let me get this fucking line right here so I can go to the power steering, to the hose shop and get a hose made for it. And we gonna take the box Chevy over there to do it. I done put about 90 something miles on the box Chevy, almost 100 miles. I was driving it at night, so that's why I didn't record. But I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little footage. It's probably about a 15-20 minute drive over there to the hose shop, but I'm tired of playing around with that shit. Don't need that shit busting while I'm over there at the exhaust shop. So without further ado, let me cut the camera off and go over to the hose shop and try to get y'all a little footage of me driving the old box Chevy over there to do it, gang. Alright, gang, so I done made it back from the hose shop, and I opted not to take the box Chevy because I need to bump the idle up a little bit on it, and I was kind of in a rush because I know they getting ready to close. But a lot of people ask me about the power steering lines that I use. So for my pressure line, this is a custom hose. Usually what I do is I take a piece of end line and see how I need the fittings. If I need 2 90s, and I'll mark the 90s how I want them. Like I'll swivel the end 90, because this here, it don't swivel. It's just wherever they crimp it at, that's where it's gonna be. So usually I'll take a piece of end line, because you can swivel that, the end line, as you can see, you can swivel the fittings. So I'll swivel the fittings how I want them, and then I'll take that with me and tell them this how I want the 90s to fit. But on this one, it's just a straight on one side and a 90 on the other side. So that's cool. But had to clean up this mess that got made. Had to go buy some more power steering fluid, and I'm gonna probably have to wipe the engine down a little, because as you can see, I got splatter all over the fucking motor and shit from that bullshit. So let me get the hose on, and then I'll pull the car out, and then I'll give y'all a little review of what I did with my fans and stuff like that, gang. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Got the first LT swap right here on the channel, and it's just about done and ready to get out the door, gang. So y'all will see a lot more of this and how to do it in real time. Not nobody coming in with all these make-believe stories. You see the bitch right here in the shop where I can fucking touch the motherfucker and I put it in there. That's right, gang. So I'm gonna cut y'all back on in a minute. All right, gang, so we back. I had to make a little adjustment on my tensioner. Had to put the shim in there. I had forgot to put the shim in there, so I did that. What else, gang? Went ahead and installed the power steering line, as y'all can see down there. Nice and pretty, and you ain't gotta worry about that busting, baby. That line right there is good for about 4,000-5,000 PSI. And on my return, I just use a piece of end line because that line don't have any pressure on it. As you can see, I got an end fitting on there, connecting it to the power steering box. Also, I went ahead and put my fans on the controller, and I'm getting ready to show y'all that in a second. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna turn the key on, and as you can see, one of the good things with this controller is, let me turn the lights on the dash so y'all can see. There we go. So you see right there, the temperature gauge is at about 130 or 120, somewhere up in there. So what we gonna do is we gonna step outside. We're gonna step outside the car, and as you can see, the fans are off. The fans are not on. So the good thing with your fan control is you can wire your fans into the AC control. So now once I turn the AC on, you can hear we got action out here on the fans, man. Both fans are blowing. Once I turn it off, the fans are cut off because right now the car temperature is not hot enough for the fans to activate. I got the fans set at 160 and 180. So that's the good thing about your fan controller. You can override the fans and with the AC. And all you gotta do when you installing that fan controller, I got my fan controller mounted under the dash. So I just tap right back here on the back of the harness for the AC wire that get 12 volts when you cut the AC into the AC position on the controller. Now if we go to heat, so as y'all can see, I need to double check that because right now my fan shouldn't be on the heater. So I need to double check the wire on the back of the controller, because you don't want it to come on when it's on heat. This the first time I checked it. It should come on at defrost. It should come on, and then again I might have it on the right wire because I remember him telling me that this controller only work on high, so something could be wrong with this controller. So that might be something I need to double check, gang. But it's only supposed to come on when your AC is on AC, not when you go to like heat. Now I think your compressor come on for the defrost and this right here, but not for the heat. So yeah, something ain't right there. Those fans shouldn't be coming on. Those fans shouldn't be coming on with the heat, gang. So I'll double check the wiring on the back but it shouldn't be doing that. Something might be wrong with that controller. I have to double check and make sure. But right now, I ain't too much concerned with that because I don't even have the AC hooked up. And that's the next thing I'm getting ready to do is go and get these lines made for the AC. And I was trying something out here with the dryer, because this is dryer right here. As you can see, I was trying to rig something up, but I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna pull this condenser back out and replace it. I'm gonna mount this dryer down here and put a strap on it to the inner fender, and then I'll run my fittings. I'll run a line from this to this and from this back to this like it came from the factory. Then my line from here to my compressor, from the compressor to the top. I already got the fitting in the line in my truck. I'm gonna bring it to the guy that make the hoses. I'm not gonna try to make the hoses myself because some of these fittings, I'm not sure of the sizes, and I don't have time for that, gang. Trying to get it done and get it going. So I'm going to the AC shop and let them make the hoses and be done with it like that, gang. So that's about it for the donk today. I'm probably finna check that wire off camera to see why it's powering up. See why it's powering up when it's on heat. That's a simple fix. Go back under there and test the wires with my meter, see which ones get power with AC only. I'm pretty sure something might be wrong with that switch, but I'm gonna go back under there and double check it because I checked them yesterday and it shouldn't be getting no power. Stay tuned, gang. Got something coming for y'all. Still got can't get right in here, but I'm about to get can't get right ass up out of here. And let me show y'all how. Give y'all a sneak peek of what's about to happen to it. Old can't get right. So, as y'all can see right here, what I got in that box right there, it's a cam from the good old people at Texas Speed. And it's slightly smaller. I'm not gonna show y'all the specs right just at this moment, but it's a brand new cam. Can't get right, about to get a brand new cam in it, and I'm finna take that fucking cam out of it. That way he can drive and enjoy the fucking car. But I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, gang. I've been telling him that this cam ain't streetable, and actually, in the start of this video, I had a lot of shit to say about this, but I decided to cut all that out of the video. But I'm gonna say this. I told him that this cam is not a good streetable cam. It make power, but the car don't have good drivability. So months and months, he don't want to listen to what I'm saying. Guess he think maybe with a rebuild, don't know what he talking about. So he called the good old people at Texas Speed right here, as you can see, and they told him they don't make junk cams, and it's not the cam is in the tune. Well, no shit, the fucking cam hard to tune. We can't get it tuned. We put 2 different tuners on it. Still the same fucking bullshit. So he asked them, the good old people right here at Texas Speed, who they recommend to tune the cam. They recommend 2 tuners in the area, and both tuners, when he told them what cam he had in the fucking motor, told him that cam is no good on the street. So who's the bad guy in the situation? I could tell y'all who the loser is in the situation, me. Because this motherfucker been sitting here for fucking a whole fucking year. Once I first started it up, to be honest, once I changed the converter in this car, and it still did what it did, and then I double checked a couple of more things within the same fucking week, and it still was doing what it did, I already know that something was wrong with this fucking cam. Now, I'm not saying that the cam in here is a bad cam because we running a stock ECU. That fucking cam might work perfect if you running an aftermarket controller like a Holly or something like that. But with what he got, it's not gonna fucking work. So y'all stay tuned, cause I'm getting ready to pull that son of a bitch out of here in the next day or two, and I'm gonna bring y'all along on a journey so y'all can see the measures that I gotta take to can't get right out of here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's Willie Rebuild over and out, gang. Alright, gang, before I let y'all go, I'll bring y'all back in the car. And as y'all can see, I got my little multimeter down there. And I went back and retested the wires, and old Willie Rebuild was on the wrong wire. So I'm gonna show y'all now. If you check, I'm gonna go to AC. You hear my fans on? I'm gonna switch it to vent. The fans are off, as they should be. I'm gonna switch it to heat. The fans are still off, as you can see. And now I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to the defrost. It should come on with both of them. That and the defrost, the fan should come on because your compressor gonna come on. And as you can see, it's working as it should, baby. Fans blowing. Had the wrong wire, the wrong 12 volt on the back of the switch panel. Went ahead and switched the wires around. Problem solved. And like I told y'all, once the car get up to temp, the fans will come on like they supposed to at the temperature I got them programmed at on the controller, gang. So now that I showed y'all that, because I wouldn't have probably came back to that, I would have just fixed it and kept it moving. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, gang. Willie Rebuild showing y'all everything, baby. That's right. All the time on the first shot, it ain't perfect, but guess what? Before that bitch leave out of that door, everything gonna do what it's supposed to do, gang. Willie Rebuild over and out.